The United Nations Human Rights Council sessions is a keenly debated topic in the political arena ahead of the upcoming provincial council polls. Let's have a listen to some of the views expressed on this subject matter on our segment Provincial Battle.
As people love our country, what is it that we need to do? We need to stop those countries from exerting their influence on us. How do we do it? We have only one single opportunity for that. We need to express our stance clearly during the democratic elections that will be held. We will be able to address the international community through this.
If we are to face resolutions, we need to cast aside the elections and face them. But instead, what did they do? They went ahead and organized an election. Can we be divided now? We need to face the imperialists. This shows their way of thinking.
This election has transformed into one that will defeat all the challenges and conspiracies that our president is facing internationally. You decide. Is providing a pension to farmers, creating harbours and fishing ports a war crime? The construction of roads and the development of schools, are they war crimes?
They are trying to scare the people into an electric chair using the images of Geneva and the Human Rights Council. If they were actually taking the country to the electric chair, then we would fight against it.
They will convene the Human Rights Council to present the US resolution and drag out the human rights issue to attack us. They are trying to impose sanctions on the country.
Today, the international community is attempting to put us into a tough situation by taking us to Geneva. I must say this, the United States never asked the Prime Minister or the Secretary of Defense of Israel to be called to Geneva and be punished. Back then, the United States did not speak on human rights violations.
UNP parliamentarian Sajith Premadasa expressed these views during a public rally held in the Talawa area in Hambantota.
What happens if ethanol and drug ministers goes to Geneva? What kind of disaster will the country have to face if ministers who build substandard power plants are sent to Geneva? What they are attempting to do is to have a luxurious holiday with their families. You cannot win in Geneva by sending a group of ministers who don't have any talent.
Geneva ratata boru bega ladada monawa wenuwata.
Instead of creating a farce about Geneva, they should implement the recommendations of the LLRC. If the basic rights of the people are protected, then we can definitely win in Geneva.
Minister of Foreign Employment, Promotion and Welfare Dilan Pereira shared his views on Nadisha Hemamali, the Southern Province candidate, at an event held in Mathura yesterday.
Nadisha Hemamali kiyana apekshikawa
Nadisha Hemamali is apparently contesting for the upcoming elections from the Mathura district under the UNP ticket. As soon as she came to Mathura, she had said that she has come to join the Cinnamon Pole army of Mangala Samaravira, so she isn't really contesting. She wants to join the army.
Mangala Samaravira mahatmaya gawa hamudawe tiyenne kurundu poluda mona amba poluda polu tiyenawada nadda කියන එක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක දන්නේ රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයලා ඒක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි ඡන්දයක් ඉල්ලන්න ආපු විගස.
But when a contestant says she is here to join the army, that means she doesn't want the votes. She simply wants to assault others.
මේ ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ එතකොට ඡන්ද ඉල්ලන්න නෙමෙයි. තඩිබන්.
UNP Parliamentarian President's Council Vijayadasa Rajapaksa was appointed to the UNP Leadership Council today. This was confirmed to Newsfirst by UNP media spokesperson Gayantha Karunatilaka.
අද පැවති එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂ කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලයේදී Vijaydas Rajapaksa's name was proposed for the vacant Leadership Council position during the Working Committee meeting held today. The name was proposed by the party's Advisory Committee and the Leadership Council. The Working Committee approved the proposal and Vijaydas Rajapaksa was appointed as a member of the Leadership Council today.
විජේදාස රාජපක්ෂ මහතා නායකත්ව මණ්ඩලයේ සමාජිකයෙකු ලෙස අද දින පත් කරගනු ලැබුවා.
A group of area residents of Ratapaswala engaged in a protest today. They charged that a member of the CNI Environmental Protection Organization had been attacked. According to the organization, the former convener and current media secretary of the organization, G. Kumaradasa, had been attacked. The organization adds that the individual was attacked while travelling to the Yakkala market. The group engaged in their protest opposite the Ratapaswala factory, which was at the centre of a water pollution controversy. When I spoke to them, they wanted me to come to the Yakkala market accompanied by 1 or 2 people. When I arrived at the place, he was not even wearing a shirt. I had to admit him into hospital and he was beaten severely.
We will not leave this place until justice is meted out for Kumaradasa and his family who were treated unjustly.
Assistant Superintendent of Police Chandana Kodituaku arrived at the area where the protest was taking place.
We went to the house of the individuals who assaulted your husband last night and this morning. He was not at home. We warned the woman at the residence and he is due to appear before us by 4 p.m. Therefore, give us some time. This is an election period. Rallies and meetings are not allowed.
Go without causing a problem. How can we go? They will beat us up. They will come to our homes to hit us.
When inquiries were made in this regard, the police said that the situation that arose was not connected to the water problem in the area and added that it was caused by a personal dispute.
Area residents of the Ambagamo area in Hatton have been facing several difficulties for quite some time due to the dilapidated condition of the infrastructure in place to provide electricity to the area. Newsfirst takes a look.
This is the Meenanchi sector of the Lonkewate area located in the Ambagamo area in Hatton. This area is home to 24 line houses. However, the area residents living in these houses face a grave risk as the electricity pole that provides electricity to the area had collapsed nearly a year ago. The area residents charge that even though electricity officials had been informed on a number of occasions, they have not yet received any relief. This is the manner in which our cameras captured the dilapidated state of other electricity poles in the same area. The residents of this area call on officials to reconstruct these electricity posts so that they will no longer face any danger.
And on this first tonight, in its monetary policy review for February 2014, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka says that longer-term lending rates, which displayed some downward adjustments in January, have space to decrease further.
The review reads that the Central Bank of Sri Lanka has decided to maintain the standing deposit facility rate and the standing lending facility rate of the Central Bank unchanged at their current levels. The review also adds that the effectiveness of the policy measures in place was visible as the economy showed signs of further improvement with interest rates adjusting downwards albeit with a lag. A private sector credit picking up during the last quarter of 2013. It adds that the quarterly survey on commercial bank loans and advances depicted a robust growth in accommodation provided to industry and services sector, facilitating the growing economic activities. However, agriculture and consumption related pawning advances declined.
On cricket news tonight, Sri Lanka snatched victory of the first ODI against Bangladesh from the jaws of defeat as they successfully defended a score of 180 runs.
Tisara Pereira, who resurrected the Lankan innings, walked away with the Man of the Match award.
Yeah, there are two players making debut. Put into bat at the Shir Bangla National Stadium, the Sri Lankans lost wickets at regular intervals and were 67 for the loss of 8 wickets at one point.
For LBW, oh, the finger's gone up. Yeah. What a delivery! You can't stop it if it's
Tisara Perera, however, played a gem of an innings with an unbeaten 80 runs to restrict Sri Lanka and ensure that the visitors amassed 180 runs before being bowled out. Spinner Sachitra Senanayake chipped in with 30 runs.
Style, 3 successive sixes. Important innings he's played. And is that taken at short leg? Yes, it is.
Bangladesh also lost an early wicket as they began their run chase. However, a 79-run second wicket stand between Samsur Rahman and Monimul Haq threatened to take the game away from Sri Lanka. It was Tisara Perera who struck the decisive blow, dismissing Haq for 44 runs. The Sri Lankan bowling attack then grabbed wickets at regular intervals and were able to restrict the host to just 167 runs. Skipper Angelo Matthews was the chief destroyer, bagging 3 wickets, while Sachitra Senanayake picked up 2 wickets. The 13 runs win put Sri Lanka 1-0 up in the 3-match series.
Made a brilliant half-century, but it's...
With that, we wrap up Primetime News at 9. I'm Stephanie Lazarus.
And I'm Shane Silva. Take care and good night.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.